Other interesting business news, you have Chuck E. Cheese removing the beloved animatronics in all but one location. Now, I guess it's not too surprising. I mean, Chuck E. Cheese has been undergoing a revitalization. It's no longer the brand that I knew and loved when I was a child in terms of they no longer even use tokens anymore. They don't even use tickets anymore. They just use a little faux credit card. So sad. I don't know. I can't help but wonder if there's a reason to program kids to think that money is not work, just use your credit card more growing up. But nevertheless, nostalgia is what I miss, and it used to be a magical moment. I perhaps am aging myself when you would win a prize at the machine, whether it be skeet ball or the fun one where you throw the ball at the little monster hairy things and they fall down. But getting those physical paper tickets was a nostalgia, magical moment in and of itself. And of course, to use the machines, you had to use a physical token. They had the little Chuck E. Cheese mascot on it. And truth be told, those are pretty much antiquated and will never be around again, unfortunately. But as part of the revitalization, they've also increased the mascot in terms of they perhaps probably made him more of a mass market appeal by getting the mascot in shape and trimming him down a little bit. It'll be interesting to see if the kids actually get in shape these days. A little pessimistic in that regard. But they've got a newer mascot. He's more trim. Although he's not yoked, as the youth might say. They don't have the mouse that's like lifting weights yet. Perhaps that'll be the next generation. Maybe. Perhaps. Probably. Well, probably not. Now, it looks like they're removing all but one, and I believe the one will be, and this is thanks to NBC, DFW, and of course, well, if you don't know, Chuck E. Cheese is actually owned by CEC, which is a fancy way of saying Chuck E. Cheese. So CEC Companies is the actual legal name behind the parent company that's headquartered in Irving, Texas, and they've been with the newer CEO, I believe took about 2.5 or 3 years ago. Doug's really revitalized the whole business. They have new outlets, they have an app, they've had more integrations with physical parks, licensing their mascots. And they've been growing exponentially. And in terms of the number of locations, they have about 550 locations nationwide. And they note that the only one robot band will remain at a location. They'll be in California near Los Angeles, which it's a little disappointing because in order to go there, you have to have a copious amount of armor and maybe protective detail in order to safely visit the state of California these days. So I can't help but wonder if the next mob or next thieves might steal the animatronics. I hope not. But it looks like some people are starting to speculate, well, maybe this is because of the release of looks like a new movie called Five Nights at Freddy's, which is made popular by an old video game where they make the animatronics look very scary and it's a horror game. But given the long term that I've been reading about Chuck E. Cheese and CEC Entertainment, I think it's just part of the revitalization plan. So they're going over with trying to make it appear to a new audience. They're going with newer things, very similar to Dave Buster's or Main Event, where you have lots of electronic video games everywhere, and less of the legacy entertainment where you have like a physical moving robot. So I think it's part of their plan to turn the company around as they continue to try to grow and develop. And they did note, again, this article, the company's come a long way. They went bankrupt in 2020, and the pandemic really hit them hard. It looks like they lost about 8% of their annual revenue at the peak of the pandemic. Prior to that, the company still carried about $1 billion in debt on their balance sheet toward the fourth quarter of 2019. So it's not too surprising. They definitely need to make some business moves and need to find that new audience. But the nostalgia in me, and let me know in the comments if you agree with me, but I'm going to miss those funny little weird looking figures doing the sometimes horrifying dances, but highly entertaining. It'll be interesting to see how this affects your sales, but as I usually always say, time shall tell. Thank you everyone again for taking the time to tune in today, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of November. So if you click that button, I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, any comments are greatly appreciated. I'm always looking for a critique, even if it's harsh, so I know how to grow and develop, make the channel better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.